Like Angela Merkel said this would be interpreted by Moscow as a declaration of war. The predictable thing happened. It blew up in our faces. We have a war. We're losing that war. The US is really sees what's written on the wall, so they're backing out. Not completely, obviously, but handing over responsibility to the Europeans and try to make some money of it as they outsource it. It's just, and there's no course correction. It is just, it's quite shocking. And I always feel like I should make some excuses for the EU, but after what they did to Colonel Jacques Beau of the Swiss army, like if you read his books, watched his interviews, he just relies on Western sources to give the best analysis, which was his job as a colonel. He did the intelligence analysis, and then based on interpreting reality as it is, advocates for the best policies. His assessments have been correct. No one can catch him on any of the facts or the analysis he does. And the policies, therefore, he recommended would have kept us away from this war. It would have saved Europe. It would have saved Ukraine. That's not what the Europeans did. Yet they sanctioned him. He can't travel. They seized his bank accounts. A colonel, which used to work with NATO. What? This is just, it's so dark. I mean, for me, this is a big nail in the coffin of the EU, and they did this to themselves. It's shocking. But anyways, my question was, how do you make sense of this? Because if you're losing a war, the deal is going to be worse tomorrow than it is today. Why would you still want to prolong this? It is a difficult thing to comprehend, I think.
Well, depends on which Europeans. So if you take the 160 million called Russians and Belarusians, well, the Belarusians are kind of and still in pseudo-neutral mode. The 150 million Russian Europeans, mostly Europeans, are looking at it and going, "We'll settle this on the battlefield." I think the 18 or 19 million Ukrainians are split between those psychotically wishing to fight to the end and those are just wishing for this to be over in any which way possible. As for the rest of Ukrainians outside of Ukraine, because Ukraine itself, it's a three-tier society. The three-tier war.